Imagine a wild hunter, not shaped by collars or leashes, but by ice and steppe and human fires. A creature that will one day become our closest animal companion. What if I told you that the story of every Labrador, shepherd and street dog is written in the bones of ancient wolves and in the genome of the human past? In a single slow motion of deep time, wolves become dogs. How did a top predator become our ally? The lineage that will give rise to wolves and ultimately dogs begins not in the last ice age, but much earlier. The genus Canis first appears in the late Miocene and Pliocene, roughly 3 to 5 million years ago, as small adaptable canids spread across Eurasia and North America. Fossils such as early Canis and relatives show a trend toward a more cursorial, pack-capable lifestyle. Teeth and limbs suited to hunting medium-sized prey across open country. Over hundreds of thousands of years, populations split, merged and shifted with changing climates and prey. By the Middle and Late Pleistocene, true wolf-like forms, including lineages ancestral to Canis lupus, are present across the northern continents. These long, patient changes set the stage for later encounters with humans, encounters that will alter both species. Evidence from paleontology and comparative anatomy places this story firmly in place. Even though many details remain under active study by the Pleistocene, the wolves we recognize in shape and behavior exist. Lean, long-limbed hunters, Canis lupus and close relatives, moving in family groups and taking on large herbivores. These animals stand roughly a meter at the shoulder in large northern forms, with long muzzles, powerful jaws and teeth adapted for slicing meat and crunching bone. Fossil teeth and skull shape tell us they are hypercarnivores, adapted to meat, yet they show flexibility, opportunistic scavenging and pack cooperation. In the fossil record, we also see smaller, more gracile, wolf-like canids, regional populations that respond locally to prey and climate. In parts of Eurasia and Siberia, remains show wolves already living near human campsites, exploiting refuse and carcasses left by hunters. These early behaviors, boldness, tolerance of human presence, novel foraging, create the conditions for a new relationship. The bones preserve the anatomy, and the context preserves the hint of a partnership in the making. The first major shift toward domestication is behavioral. Over thousands of generations, some wolves become less fearful of humans, not by choice, but by chance and selection. Individuals that tolerate human refuse or the warmth of camps are more likely to survive near people. Natural selection favors reduced flight and reactive aggression in these situations, traits that can be heritable. Geneticists and archaeologists now trace an early branching. Dogs and modern wolves diverge from a common ancestor during the late Pleistocene, with genomic estimates placing that split somewhere between about 27,000 and 40,000 years ago, though exact dates remain debated. What begins as a commensal relationship, wolves scavenging at human middens, becomes over millennia a partnership shaped by both natural and later human-mediated selection. We must be cautious. The fossil record is fragmentary and DNA can tell a complex tale of divergence, admixture and regional variation. This evolutionary experiment plays out against a harsh and changing background. The late Pleistocene is not gentle. Glacial cycles, megafaunal turnovers and human expansion reshape landscapes. Many early attempts at domestication appear to end in dead ends, individual animals or lineages that do not leave descendants. Archaeology shows dog-like remains at several times and places. Some persist, others vanish. Wolves themselves face competition from other predators and dramatic prey shifts. Their own populations contract and expand. The fossil and genetic records carry signs of these pressures, bottlenecks, local extinctions, and pulses of gene flow between wild wolves and emerging dogs. In short, domestication is not a single moment, but a long sequence of trials, setbacks, and local solutions. Scientists emphasize caution. Some Pleistocene canids with dog-like features may represent side branches, not direct ancestors of modern breeds. Where the first transformation is behavioral, the second is morphological and cultural. Over millennia, human communities select, sometimes unintentionally, for traits that make animals better companions. reduced aggression, smaller jaws, and changes in reproductive timing. As people begin to benefit, watching flocks, tabling scraps, pulling sleds, selection becomes partly artificial. Different human cultures shape different dog forms. Genetic studies now show that early dogs were not a single, isolated population. Instead, in many regions, dogs carry ancestry from distinct ancient wolf populations, and later interbreeding further reshaped them. By the Holocene, roughly 11,000 years ago, and into the last 14,000 years, dogs are clearly present in burials and art, and archaeological sites like Bon Oberkassel demonstrate an intimate human-dog relationship. Yet the genetic signal remains complex. Dual or multiple ancestries, local wolf admixture, and regional adaptation. Domestication is alive in both bone and genome. As people spread and societies change, dogs radiate with them. Different environments favor different forms, scenting hounds in forests, speedy curs on plains, thick-coated spitzes in the Arctic. At their peak influence, dogs help shape human economies. Hunting efficiency rises, transport becomes possible in frozen lands, and social bonds deepen. Fossils and ancient DNA show dogs present across Europe, Asia, and the Near East by the early Holocene. In some regions, dogs are already part of ritual and burial. Their ecological role is unique. Both predator and scavenger, companion and worker, they occupy niches created by humans. The archaeological record suggests at least dozens of regional dog forms by a few thousand years ago, and the genetic record shows repeated admixture with local wolves, which both increases diversity and complicates the trace of a single origin story. In short, dogs become a global success story, one written jointly by nature and culture. Today, all domestic dogs trace their ancestry to ancient wolf lineages, but the path is many-branched. Large genomic studies show dogs carry ancestry most closely related to ancient Eastern Eurasian wolves in many cases, with other dog populations tracing part of their heritage to Western Eurasian wolves. Evidence for multiple events of admixture and regional domestication contributions. Modern Canis lupus still shares much anatomy and behavior with dogs, yet the domesticated forms show predictable changes. Shorter snouts, variations in skull shape, altered reproductive timing, and a spectrum of tameness. We study this story using fossils, ancient DNA, and the comparative anatomy of living canids, tools that together reveal a complex tapestry rather than a single neat line. Conservation matters here too. Wild wolves continue to evolve, and their genetic legacy is intertwined with that of dogs. In short, the ancient story continues to unfold in the present. If evolution taught us anything, it is that change never stops. Today's dogs still evolve through selection, drift, and the pressures of modern life. Climate change, urbanization, and shifting human lifestyles will shape their futures. Dogs in arid zones may face new heat-stress selection. Urban dogs adapt to human-dense environments, and continued crossbreeding with free-ranging wolves in some regions may introduce wild genes into domestic populations. Scientists caution that predictions are uncertain, especially where human culture drives change faster than natural selection. What is clear is this: human actions will continue to direct much of the dog's future evolution. How we manage landscapes, disease, and conservation will matter to both wolves and dogs alike across tens of thousands of years, from Pliocene canids to the grey wolves of the Pleistocene, from cautious camp followers to sled pullers, herders, hunters, and companions. The story of wolves and dogs is written in bone and in code. It is a story of chance encounters, of natural selection favoring the bold and the tolerant, of humans shaping other lives by habit and need. Scientists piece this story together with fossils like the Bon Oberkassel burial, with enigmatic Pleistocene specimens such as the Razboinichia incipient dog, and with genomes that carry the echoes of ancient populations. We must accept complexity, multiple ancestries, local admixture, aborted domestications, and regional solutions. Yet from that complexity emerges something familiar and extraordinary: our companionship with an animal that was once a top predator and is now, in so many ways, part of our family. The tale of wolves and dogs is not a closed book. It continues in our streets and forests, in laboratories, and in the hearts of communities. Our responsibility now is to steward the wild and the tame, so that both may continue their long, intertwined journeys. The species that once howled across the steppe now looks back at us with a trust we helped to create. That is no small thing.